So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Moment Midweek. My name is Jenee Johnson. I am the Program Innovation Leader, Mindfulness, Trauma, Racial Healing. And I'm really glad to be with you today. So, we could just take a moment and take a breath and take what I love to call 2 steps back and survey the land and see what we have, see where we are. Remember that mindfulness is this ability to be present in mind, body, and surroundings, and hold what we see and what we feel and what we are noticing with a sense of kindness and curiosity. So that means that it's non-judgmental. It's giving us a chance to really examine and discover. And in that observation, then decide how do we want to proceed. I'd like to give you a quote from Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn. I love his book. It's called Mindfulness for Beginners, Reclaiming the Present Moment and Your Life. And we know that we're in a world that is chock full of distraction, things that are pulling us away from ourselves. And this distraction has us taking it hijacks our attention. So part of what we get back when we practice mindfulness, we get back the art and the strength of our own attention. So here's a couple of quotes from Jon Kabat-Zinn. He says, "We have become so highly conditioned by our patterns of thinking that we don't even recognize thoughts as thoughts anymore. We just shh, as opposed to, well, that's a thought, and that's a thought, and that we are not our thoughts." So this is a wonderful practice to notice what we've been thinking, coming off of autopilot, noticing how we often respond on autopilot. My husband calls it a knee-jerk response. We're just reactive. That's what I think. This is how we do it. This is how I do things. But when we have a chance to just stop and think and pull back and notice ourselves and maybe get in touch with really what's underneath the swirls of all the thoughts. So I'm just going to read you a little more of what he says, and then we'll have a practice. "Is it not the case that we tend to experience our feelings and our thoughts as facts, as the absolute reality of things, even when we know someplace deep within us that that is not entirely the case? Of course we do. But we don't know what to do with that uncomfortable feeling lurking in the shadows of our awareness, in part because it's a bit scary, sometimes even more than a bit scary." So we come up on this thought, we come up on this feeling, and we back away. This thing that we know, this little voice that's really inside of us. So what mindfulness does is it helps us to just pause and listen and hear and be okay with what we find. That's the first step. Acceptance, approval, non-judgmental. So let's have a practice and be okay with whatever you find. Be okay with whatever is there. The joy, the grief, a little uncertainty, maybe a little edginess, anxiety, and breathe into it. Breathe into whatever you find and hold it gently with kindness and curiosity. Wonder what that's about. Okay, let's begin. Dropping your gaze, closing your eyes, sitting in an upright but relaxed position. This is the posture of alertness but relaxed. Inviting the body to relax, rolling the shoulders back. Expanding the belly with every inhale and contracting with every inhale. Letting the breath instruct the body that it is time and it is okay and we are safe to just calm down. Quieting our emotions, settling the thoughts that have been running rampant, running around like a toddler, just running all over the place. Say, okay, I'm not chasing you because I'm over here breathing. So staying with the breath, one kind breath at a time, expanding the belly, contracting the belly, expanding, contracting, breathing at a pace that feels good to you. No rushing, no gripping, no grasping. Just breathe. Noticing what's there for you. Allow yourself to drop deeper into the breath. And holding the sensation, whatever the sensation is in your mind or body, holding it with kindness. Breathe around it. Resting your attention on the breath. Being gentle with yourself. Gentle and kind awareness. That's what's here today. And I am holding you with kindness. No expectations. We're just going to sit. As your mind may wander, just gently bring it back to the breath. It's okay. This is the practice. Giving yourself permission to just be. Reclaiming the present moment and your life. Being fully present letting the breath pass through your system, expanding the belly, contracting the belly. Let this focus help you to attend. We're not chasing thoughts. We're staying with ourselves kindly and with ease. Being with whatever is present. Noting what is here for you. Embrace it with kindness. Be in full approval. This is where I am today, in this moment. And it's all good. Meeting yourself with awareness. Our thoughts are not facts. Taking 2 steps back, allowing the breath to give you a moment of rest and repair. You're going to be all right. Jon Kabat-Zinn says that meditation is the cultivation of that gesture of welcoming unflinchingly whatever arises, of welcoming it wholeheartedly into awareness. Meeting yourself wholeheartedly with kindness and curiosity. Deep breath in, expanding the belly. Audible exhale out, contracting the belly. Rolling the shoulders back, stretching the neck. Opening the eyes, returning to the space. This is a wonderful time where we get to just protect our practice and do it together in community. It requires protection and cultivation. And it's lovely to sometimes do it with other people, as we are today. So